in the final game. Isn't that funny?
It's amazing. Anytime
Small
LeVar
world.
Arrington comes on, because he's from Pittsburgh as well, we always talk trash about our high schools. Mine's better, by the way, Woodland Hills High School. Shout out Woody High. So Ben Roethlisberger will make his 22nd playoff start Sunday against the Browns. 22nd.
How's he done?
He's one of many quarterbacks this postseason that have many years of playoff experience. There's a lot of old guys
Playing.
in the play, and
lot.
old and older-ish.
Brady, Breeze, Ben, Rivers.
You got Wilson, Rodgers are not old, but they're not young. And he's hoping to be one of the last veterans standing.
It's fun to be a part of it with them. Obviously, if we were sitting at home and people were talking about the old guys that are still playing, why aren't you a part of it? Then you'd be disappointed. But to be a part of it, to be in this kind of tournament, as Coach calls it, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to be able to do it. And I'm hoping that it's not one and done. We're going to give everything we have so that I can be the last old man standing, maybe.
Of the 14 starting playoff quarterbacks, 8 are at least 32 years old.
It is interesting. More and more in professional athletes, there's so much more money at stake. The better you treat your body. Like, that's the thing, Joy. Once you get a great quarterback, it used to be considered you were home free for a decade. It's not unrealistic to think 18 years, if you have a good offensive line, 17 years. I mean, it's amazing. We know this to be fact. Get the quarterback right, you'll always be playoff viable. I mean, if you just think about that. I mean, it used to be it gave you a decade, 8 to 10 years you were clear. Now it's double that. If you take care of your body, I mean, Big Ben's had injuries. He's been hit a lot, and he's in year 16.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
it's not unrealistic. Russell Wilson plays 20 years. It's not unrealistic. Aaron Rodgers plays 20 years.
I mean, it's literally just get the one position right, and you'll be playoff viable for your fan base, for your suite holders, for 2 decades.
And as long as you adjust with the game and adjust with your aging quarterback, like, don't rely on him to be able to be mobile for his entire career. As he gets into his later years, invest in a very good running game, invest in some good slot receivers, make things adjust around your aging quarterback. You can have that, because the value of having the mental side of the game down, I mean, you've seen it with Tom. Like, he's not necessarily a mobile quarterback. He's not immobile, but we don't think of him as a running threat. Yeah. His ability to know the game, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, they just know what's happening.
And also, the NFL doesn't allow the mobility like the NBA does or baseball does.
Right.
So the reality is, if you get the quarterback right, and even if it's gone sideways for a 2-year stretch, you just franchise it. So you get that quarterback. That's why everybody moves up for quarterback. You get it right, you should be home free for 15 years.
That's why they better have some conversations in Miami.
Yeah.
Ben's playoff record is 13-8. So Alvin Kamara's status for the Saints playoff game Sunday was in question this week. He missed the regular season finale after being placed on the COVID list, but he is eligible to come off that list before kickoff if he continues to pass league protocols. And Kamara teased his return, saying, "See y'all Sunday." He would not have been eligible if this game was on Saturday, so he's reportedly participating in live practices remotely this week. Ty Montgomery against Carolina had 18 rushes for 105 yards, so they didn't really miss a beat there. Obviously, you want to have Alvin out there. He's a bigger threat than Ty Montgomery. They also might get Latavius Murray back from the COVID list because he was a close contact to Alvin Kamara. So if they have everybody back, that's
they're going to win.
A rough day.
It's a reality of, let's say they get a big lead, and like I thought about this. Let's say they get a 3-touchdown lead late third quarter. Do they put Taysom Hill in? That's why I said on Blazing 5, I'd take the Bears and the points. Some people tease it up to 12 points or whatever. The reality is the Saints will win. My question is, when you have an old quarterback and a valuable running back, would Alvin Kamara play 2 quarters, you lead big and just take him out? Like, I can see them going to Taysom Hill in this game very early.
I could see that. I mean, I think the one thing, well, 2 things the Bears have to do. One, they need to be able to not turn the ball over, because the Saints are going to take advantage of turnovers in this game.
Right.
And they have to score touchdowns when they get in the red zone. If you watch the Packers game, I believe they were in the red zone 5 times. Only 1 time did they score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's not going to get it. That's not going to cut it. The Saints are putting up at least 30 points a game on average. You have to score points if you're going to hang with the Saints. So Alex Smith is working through a calf injury and is listed as questionable for tomorrow night's game against the Bucs. So backup Taylor Heineke is taking most of the snaps in practice. Ron Rivera didn't seem too concerned that Smith wouldn't be able to play, but he has discussed the possibility of rotating between the two quarterbacks during the game. I love Washington's defense. I think they've had a nice season. Rivera's obviously the guy. He's done an incredible job with that franchise, which has been very unstable and had been nothing but pretty much a PR nightmare for several years now. But you don't have a quarterback.
Well, also, calf injuries are weird because they feel healed. So calf injuries are totally deceptive. 2 days after a calf injury, you're like, I'm fine, I can walk around. You're just a acceleration away. So that's why Washington, all those trainers know, like, just don't practice. Is Alex ready to take the first snap? If the answer is yes,